All right, good evening, everybody. This is our Sunday night team call for Power Team Marketing. We do every single Sunday. Tonight is a special call that we're doing that I'm actually opening it up to the entire industry because we do have an industry expert that's going to be speaking to us tonight to share with you guys some information that a system he's put together that is really, I believe, is going to revolutionize and be a huge benefit for all of us in network marketing and building our business, whatever business that is. Now, I have been in this industry for a little over 17 years. I got started December 1998, and my first 4 or 5 years, I failed miserably. I did everything that I was taught and told to do, but when you're a kid coming out of college, you really don't have that big of a warm market. And once you run out of your warm market, you definitely don't have a cold market, nor the resources to build and market yourself adequately before the internet age. So I got frustrated. I'm not even going to lie. I quit and left the industry. I hear a lot of background noise. If you guys have any background noise, please hit *6 to mute yourselves out. I can do that myself here. So when I got laid off a couple of times in corporate America, I decided I got to get back into network marketing. It may not be perfect, but it is the best. It was certainly better than corporate America. So when I came back, I looked at the industry, and it had changed. In just a few years, I was away from it. And I realized, wow, people are taking advantage of the internet. People are taking advantage of social media and Facebook and Twitter and all these tools. And I was actually, welcome to the call. I was, you know what, let me mute everybody out, and I'll unmute when it's time. Give me 1 second here, because I don't want to be interrupted.
Sorry about that.
Yes, no problem at all. All right, so when I was actually intimidated looking at this industry and saying, wow, you know, the big guys are making all this money, 6 and 7 figures, and what are they doing to have this success? Because they certainly were not pulling out a list, making a list of all the people they know and calling them up. Yeah, that's what they did, but that's not what got them to where they are. I wanted to know, what are they doing? So I called them up. That's a beautiful thing about the new age now with the internet. You can actually reach out to anybody. We didn't have access to that, to those people back in the 90s, unless you saw them at a convention. Here, you can reach out to them at any time. It doesn't matter who they are, and they'll respond to you. So I reached out to them, and they say, well, yeah, I use internet marketing. I use black belt marketing and top recruiting pros and all these, they listed these names and lead system pro. So I jumped into it. And I was intimidated. I didn't understand the training that they were doing. It was difficult for me. The one thing that I did get was video marketing. And sorry, I hit the wrong button there. So I decided to try out the video marketing. I was horrible at it at the beginning. But then I started to get better, got to a point where, you know, I've made almost 7 figures plus in this industry just off of using my YouTube videos. And when somebody would watch my YouTube video, I would redirect them to a capture page. And that's how I got their information and built my business. And I became very good at it. I was able to retire and do this full-time, walk away from my job. I haven't worked a job in years, and I'm never going to. But the problem that I ended up having was that I was not able to duplicate what I was doing with the team. Now, once you learn certain skills in network marketing, you will be successful at everything that you do, no matter what company. So every company I was a part of, after I learned the skill, I was the top producer. In my company right now, Sherlock Nation, I was the top producer for 2015. But I was not able to duplicate that with the team, no matter how many trainings that I did, no matter how many, you know, follow-ups and tutorials. Some things are you have to learn by trial and error, and it takes some time. So going into 2016, I made a New Year's resolution that I want to step out of my comfort zone to accomplish 2 things. Number 1, I want to learn more skills on how to be effective at using internet marketing, because what I do is only one aspect of it. There's many other ways to build your business and get exposure and generate leads. So I wanted to become more proficient. And number two, I wanted to be able to create a system that I'm not just keeping for myself, but I want to be able to build for the team. Those were my two goals. So I was actively searching for that this year. So I stumbled across it, but not stumbled. It was Justice brought it up to me, and I didn't take that much serious at first when I looked at it, because when I looked at the Conversion Pros, initially I'm thinking that, oh, it's like all of those other programs out there that I feel are traps. And what do I mean by that? It means that you have a lot of affiliate companies, and you see them all over the place, promising you to build, teach you how to use tools to build your primary business. Sounds good. The tools that they're offering are great, but the trap is it's an affiliate company. It's a competitor of your company. When people get started, they use that company and bring everybody from their team into the company to make an extra income. And eventually they end up making more money in the affiliate than they are in their own primary business. So they stop promoting their primary business and start promoting the affiliate company, a.k.a. Empower Network. I saw that real quick. When it first came out, it promised, we're going to teach you how to use blogging and teach you how to get ranked high on Google and piggyback on what we're doing on the internet to get high exposure for your blogs, and you blog about your primary business. You're going to get all these leads and your exposure about your business. Great. And the people who brought me in were top leaders in their network marketing companies. It didn't take long before they dropped their primary company and Empower Network became their primary company. Now it's like you're promoting a tool to build your business, but you're only building your affiliate company, not the primary. And I didn't want that distraction for the team or even myself. And when I saw the Conversion Pros, it doesn't have that. There's no way it's in the competition. We can actually use the tools for what they're designed to do. Help you build your business. And at an affordable cost. It only costs $1 to test drive the system. It only costs $50 a month if you don't share it with anybody. If you share it with two people, you got it for free. Now, why is that important to me? Is I understand one thing, and so do all seven-figure earners in this industry, is that you must have a marketing budget well above and beyond what you're spending on your monthly membership or your auto ship. Most people can't even maintain their auto ship, let alone even think about they need to have a budget for marketing. You've got to treat your business like a Fortune 500 company. If you're not advertising, if you're not exposing, if you're not getting your business out there, who's going to see it? Once you run out of friends and family, that's when most people's business dies. And they're not going to get rich off of friends and family anyway. That's just practice. You've got to learn how to build and market your business and go through the no's and go through the numbers. So this business, the Conversion Pros, teaches you the tools necessary to take you through those processes step by step. I'm a person that needs my hand held, and with all the tools I was paying for with other companies, like an AWeber account here, a capture page or 2 or 3 here or there, my own website here or there. It would add up to $300 to $400 a month that I'm spending on top of my monthly membership. Now, if you're making money, you have a budget to afford it. One time I would spend $2,000 to $5,000 a month just on marketing right back in my business. But when you're making $20,000, $30,000 or $40,000 a month, you can have a marketing budget. But what about those that don't? All the top leaders in the industry have a marketing budget. But what about the person that's just getting started? They're still wary about their own monthly auto ship. Do we have something that they can afford to do? And by using the Conversion Pros, I was able to eliminate 90% of the expenses in extra product that I was paying for to build my business. That is huge, especially for a new person that's getting started. You're going to get all the tools and the training. Now, I've talked for a long time. I wanted to give you a preface of why I'm so excited and why I brought this to the table and why I'm actively promoting it, because it solves my second thing, the ability to duplicate a system for the team. That's the other goal. The ability for every new person to get started on my team to use these tools to build their business and have success where they haven't had success before. That's the whole point. So what I want to do right now is I want to turn the call back over to the CEO of the Conversion Pros. I'm going to unmute all the lines, and I don't know why I didn't do that. I didn't think I forgot to give Dave the moderator code. But I can mute everybody out when there's a lot of noise going on. But I want to bring up the CEO of the Conversion Pros, David Dove. So give me 1 second here. Testing, testing, testing. All right, I'll do this manually.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right, David, are you there?
I am here. How are you?
Go right ahead, sir.
All right. Well, that was a good introduction, and everybody, he's absolutely right. You know, I have a saying on my calls that I do and say, you know, if you're going to do it, you know, there's an old saying in this industry that 1% in the industry are wealthy and 99% aren't in the network marketing industry. You've all heard that before, and a lot of you have experienced that. But why is that the case? It's because 99% of the people are getting taught by 99% of the people that are doing 99% of the things that aren't making them money. And so, you know, obviously you're not going to get to where you want to go if you're following what people are doing that aren't where you want to be. See, no top earner in this industry, all the top earners in this industry, they all pretty much have something in common. They always build their own funnel systems. They always set themselves apart from the field. And that's why they have a lot of success. And see, what 99% of the people do in this industry is, you know, you sign up with a deal, you spend a few $100s on the kit, you get really excited about it, and they give you a website, and you go start to market that website all over, you know, Facebook and Twitter and everywhere else like that. And you get excited about it. The problem is, corporate websites are never made as marketing pieces. No CEO of any company builds a corporate website and says, okay, this is my marketing piece. Because really what a corporate website is basically a virtual business card or virtual brochure of the company. It's who owns the company, what the products are, what all the ingredients are, et cetera, et cetera. Corporate websites are busy. They have no call to action. They have no ad copy on a corporate website, and they give you no direction. And I hate to say this, but people are kind of like sheep. And that's why when you walk into a grocery store, millions of dollars are spent, so certain brands are on the end of the end cap. You know, when you walk into a Best Buy, they have their whole plan set up to direct you where you should go. Even if you go out to eat, when you read a menu, you'll see certain stuff in bold and certain squares around certain things to direct your eye because that's what they want to sell you. But see, people get involved in the network marketing industry, and like Brandon says, they don't treat it like a business. They don't understand how to run a business. So what happens is they just go out there and do what they think they should do. They don't think like a marketer would. And see, what marketers do is they build funnel systems to get people excited, and they pre-sell them on the opportunity. So by the time the person goes to their corporate website, they're already sold. They're already ready to join. And I've done this in many, many businesses. I've been able to go out there and personally recruit 200 to 300 people myself in my first 30 days in any company. Whether it cost $25 to join or whether it was over $1,000 to join, I'd personally put in 200 to 300 people. And then I'd have a lot of these people to not be able to do the same thing. And it was very frustrating to me to watch people get signed up, and some of them couldn't even go get one single person. And what I realized I was doing is I was kind of unduplicatable because I was using my tech-savvy skills, and I was building these websites and funnel systems, but I couldn't really duplicate that. And so everybody else that got in my business, they couldn't duplicate it. And I said, you know what? We got to change this. So then I started to take my time and actually build people their own websites. It used to take me forever. I'd build them their own website to get my team going on this stuff. And sure enough, they'd have a lot of success, but that was very hard to duplicate because I just didn't have all the time to rebuild 1 million websites because it took me a long time for each one. And so I always wanted to build a system like the Conversion Pros. But, you know, I didn't know a lot about programming. I knew a lot about marketing. So I finally teamed up with the right team, and we brought out a system that is just awesome. So here's what the Conversion Pros is. Number one, you get unlimited capture page systems. And what I wanted to do is make sure it was non-technical. A lot of the people that I've worked with in the past, they could barely send an email or barely copy and paste, let alone try to build something. A lot of these other capture page systems were very technical. You'd have to get into code. You'd have to learn the coding and all this kind of stuff. I didn't want that. I wanted a system that you could basically do everything in one click. And so you could take any background out there. So it works with any system. It's 100% generic. So the Conversion Pros, it doesn't matter what your product is, what your service is. It works with everything. But imagine this, with one click of your mouse, being able to change a background picture. Imagine being able to go on Google and find any picture you want and make it the background of your website instantly. Imagine changing the color of text in one click of a mouse, color of the button in one click of the mouse. Imagine taking a YouTube video and literally in 30 seconds importing that onto a page and building video capture pages and video landing pages. Well, it is a very robust capture page and marketing system that not only has capture pages but has what we call landing pages that you could do with video or without video, but we also added a built-in autoresponder. So once you get a lead coming in, our system is going to keep mailing them for you about your opportunity. That's built in. You don't have to pay any extra expense for that. That's included. But here's the thing. We made it even one step easier. Let's say you're working with Brandon, and he builds a site that's just killer. Brandon literally can use what we call a share code and hand it to anybody in his downline, this little bit of code, and it will instantly populate the website for you in the back office, automatically build it so you need no technical skills at all. And actually, you could do the same thing with the autoresponder. So he might have a series of messages that's really working for him. He can give you a share code, and it literally will write all the messages for you in the back office. And all you got to do is go do a little bit of editing. But it's already done. So with one piece of code, he can literally set you up with his duplicatable system that literally has him selling people for you on your behalf to get you in the business. So it's a very, very powerful marketing code. Actually, today, I sat there all day today. I probably built 20 different pages, and I built a bunch of pages in every single industry: coffee, travel, skincare, you name it, an industry, shopping. I built pages for, and we already have share codes for all these pages. They have all my ad copy on them. I've been paid thousands and thousands of dollars to write ad copy because I know how to generate tons of leads, and I also know how to close people. People pay me big money for ad copy. Well, I just sat there today building all these pages with my ad copy, and you get it at no cost. It's included. We also have a mobile website builder. We have a URL rotator. If you want to do a ad co-op with your team, you could actually use a rotator. We even track all your traffic. So if you're out there placing ads on the internet, not only do we show you the hits that you get, but we actually show you where the traffic is coming from. So if you got a bunch of stuff on Facebook, you'll actually see the hits are coming from Facebook or Twitter or SafeList or Solo Ad. Very, very robust system. Now, here's where it gets really good. I've been all over the world. I'm like Brandon. I've been a top earner in this industry. I've been in the top 8 different companies, made over $1 million, and I've spoken on a lot of stages around the world. The last few years, I've been hired to speak on stages about internet marketing and traffic generation. You know, we had a seminar in San Diego where we charged $15,000 a ticket, and 220 people showed up to learn traffic generation. I spoke for 6 or 7 hours. Now, I'm showing everybody how to get the same traffic that I taught in that webinar in the back office of the Conversion Pros, and you don't have to pay $15,000 for it. I literally show you generic methods. It works with any company, how to go on Craigslist and generate tons of leads. I had a guy that's part of the Conversion Pros who sold Craigslist courses. He actually saw my video, said, Dave, I've been selling Craigslist courses, and I've never seen this technique. He went out and got 47 leads in a half an hour following the training, 47 leads in 30 minutes that came to him. I show you YouTube. I show you how to generate tons of hits from YouTube. I show you all kinds of things, Twitter and Facebook and all these different methods at no cost. I show you how to get leads chasing you instead of you chasing them. See, Brandon was very smart when he said the phone call. As soon as you run out of your warm list, most of you get in what we call the NFL, the No Friends Left Club. And that's a very hard place to be because some of you also have been in several different opportunities. You might be in 3, 4 different opportunities. And people have seen you bounce around a little bit, and maybe you haven't made money in these opportunities, and a lot of you are getting frustrated, right? Well, we actually show you these methods. So after you get inside the Conversion Pros, we teach you how to build killer pages, and then we show you how to get traffic. See, now you have people chasing you instead of you chasing them. See, when someone puts their name, email, and phone number on a page, would you ask yourself this, would you ever put your name, email, and phone number into somebody's website if you didn't have some interest? And we all know the answer is no. So if someone actually goes to one of your pages and puts in their name, email, and phone number, they get pretty, they're basically putting one foot in the door. They're saying, show me what you got. Now that person is chasing you instead of you chasing them. And that's how I build on my business. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I could tell you, I have never, ever recruited anybody in my own town. My neighbors probably think I'm a drug dealer. My cars and my houses because I never, ever recruit locally. People always say that to me all the time. Well, you must have a huge group in Nashville. And I said, why? I never have a group in Nashville. What do you mean? Well, I don't need to recruit in Nashville. I got people that were ringing my phone off the hook from all over the world that wanted to join me. Actually, in most of my deals, I put in 200 to 300 people. 85% of them joined me without me even speaking to them on the phone. I'd get an email that said, hey, you just got to sign up. And I'd go look, and I'd see a name I never even heard of before. And the reason I did that was I had the proper funnel systems that closed people, okay, that got people excited. I'm going to tell you some other dangers of using a corporate website real quick, and you might not be thinking about this, but you should. Okay, another reason you don't want to use a corporate website out there and post it all over Facebook is a couple reasons. Number one, it's not curious. You ever hear curiosity killed the cat? It's a common saying. Think about it like this. Would you ever go and hand somebody a Christmas present and wrap it in clear wrapping paper? I mean, what's the point of that, right? They can see right through it. You want them not to see it so they get excited. And you watch somebody open it. You have to, Valentine's Day today, many of you probably did this. You wrap up a present, and you watch that person get excited because they're curious. They don't know what's on the other side. You're curious because you're watching, and you're excited because you're watching them be curious about it. That's the nature of people, okay? So if you go out there and you plaster a website with your company name all over your website, okay, the curiosity goes away. Not only does the curiosity goes away, here's what happens. What happens if I knew somebody in your company? And because a lot of us all have mutual friends in the network marketing home-based business. What if you saw somebody that 2 months ago they were plastering the name of a company all over their website or all over Facebook telling everybody they're going to get rich, and you watched them and all of a sudden they quit, and now they moved on to the next thing. Now I see a new person plastering that same business all over their Facebook page. Well, all of a sudden, I'm going to look at that, and I'm going to have a preconceived notion in my head it doesn't work because Joe Blow was in that company. He already quit and moved on. Therefore, that company doesn't work. Maybe the company changed its pay plan. Maybe you guys are giving away free cars in 1 week to people. Maybe you're giving everybody a free trip to Cancun. I would never know it because I was too stubborn because I didn't think it worked because I saw somebody that was in that company that failed, and therefore I made a decision in my head, a preconceived notion that business doesn't work. I'm not even going to look at it. Okay, so a lot of you that are marketing these corporate websites, especially if you're a big team, if people seen somebody that was already in it and moved on, you might not even have a chance to grab them. So let's just take a generic, I'm just going to take a generic subject here just to prove my point. Let's say you're an XYZ company that sold a fat burner, okay? And so you were posting XYZ. So there's one guy over there posting XYZ fat burners all over his page. And then all of a sudden I built a generic page with a guy or girl with ripped abs, and it says, lose 20 pounds in 15 days. We have people making thousands of dollars by giving away free samples. Enter your info here. Well, you see the page, it looks hot. You see the abs on there. I got to lose some weight, you think, and, man, I can make some money at this. It's all right. But am I saying the name of the company? No. It's curious. It's so curious, now you got to figure out what I'm doing. You got to give me your name and email. See, if I posted the company website on there, it already told you what I was doing. It didn't tell you, you weren't surprised by it. There was no curiosity. The other thing people do a lot, too, these days, which you got to be careful of, is the minute you go post a company website all over town, a lot of people, they do what we call sponsor shopping. And they'll see, oh, you're an XYZ company. And they'll be like, oh, I know Joe. Joe's an XYZ, but he's also been in the last 5 companies. I don't think Joe's ever made $1 in his life. But this looks interesting over here. Who's the top earner of the company? Then they go find out who the top earner of the company is, and they're like, well, I'll join him instead of Joe. I think I'm going to get more help with him instead of Joe. See, if Joe would have used a curious website, his buddy would have opted in, and then Joe could have said, hey, listen, I'm working. My business partner is the top earner of this company, and I can get you on a 3-way call with him. And all of a sudden, now that person doesn't need to go sponsor shop. They found out that Joe could get them in touch with the top earner, and they'll get help even if they're working with Joe. Big difference, okay, because a lot of you lose signups because you're doing it wrong. So the Conversion Pros allows you to be curious, build killer pages, and have killer follow-up. And we also show you how to get a lot more leads than you ever had. Most people that go through my training in the back office are blown away by it. They've never seen the techniques before. They're super excited about it, and they're starting to get more leads than they ever did in their entire life. And when you get people chasing you, remember, this business is one thing, a numbers game. The more people that you get your business in front of, the more success you will have. Many of you don't get your business in front of anybody or hardly anybody and then wonder why you're not getting rich or wonder what the problem is. And that's just because you're not running the numbers, okay? This will allow you to run numbers. Now, here's where it gets really good. We even offer leads in the back office of the Conversion Pros. So if you're not good at marketing or while you're trying to learn all these marketing techniques, guess what? I have signed a contract with the hottest lead source in MLM. They've been generating leads for over 20 years. And they post ads on magazines and all the home-based business magazines. They do ads, radio, TV, blogs, all over the internet. They get tons of people a day that are opting into generic pages that say, listen, I want to work from home. I'm looking for a business opportunity. Now, these leads outside the Conversion Pros would run you double to triple the price, okay? What I did was signed a huge contract with the provider of leads. They literally bill my credit card every single week because I have to do a certain amount of volume in order to get this huge discounted price. Now, I don't mark up the leads whatsoever. I sell them to members of the Conversion Pros for exactly what I get them for. And so if you are in that no friends left club and you really want to succeed in this industry, we can put people, they're all from the United States, they're all looking for a home-based business. We could put them in front of your business. We give you name, email, and phone number of people that are hungry and looking for a business opportunity right now. So you can have some major, major success. So the Conversion Pros is very, very robust. We have leads. We train you how to get leads, and we give you every tool that you need. We're also coming out with SMS texting, so you'll be able to text prospects where you're going to have a voice broadcaster, an auto lead dialer, so on and so forth. The thing is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger as we speak. Now, here's where it gets good. Like Brandon said, you can get started for $1. If you go down the street to your gas station, you'll find a Diet Coke is $1.69. So for under the cost of a Diet Coke, if you could double or quadruple your downline, would you do it? Would you skip that taco? Would you skip that double cheeseburger? You know, if you're serious about your business, you probably will. And again, Brandon, after 7 days, it's $50. But then we pay you 50% commissions on all referrals. So if you just find 2 people that are like you, that are hungry to sign people up in their business, or everywhere, almost everybody in network marketing wants and needs this. You find 2, guess what? You're making enough money to pay your bill, you broke even. And you got a tax deduction out of it on top of that. So I highly recommend you guys check it out. Brandon, I guess you could send them your link. Do you want to open it up for questions, Brandon, or you just want to take over?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and take over because we have a lot of people on the line, and, I do have everybody muted. If there is a question, if you have a question, hit *6 to unmute yourself, state your name, where you're calling from, and ask your question. But I think you did a very good job in covering that. Is there anybody who has any questions? Nope. See, all good. So
perfect.
One thing that I will say is that, like David said, you guys have to understand he's a 7-figure earner in this industry. I've been knowing who he is for years, seeing what he's been doing. I've never had a chance to do business with him, but I know he knows what he's doing. He's had success, and he's created a system that is simple for the little guy to understand, that the training that takes you step by step on how to use it. And I'm going through all of this as if I am brand new, as if I've never done network marketing before. I'm learning these skills to build my business as well. But more importantly, I want to be able to teach the team how to do the same thing. You know, I've built teams over and over and over and over and over again, and frankly, I'm getting a little bit tired of it. What I want to be able to do is have something that's duplicatable, that everybody who takes the time, now this is understand, you know, there's things out there, it's simple, not easy. And it's only not easy because it actually takes and requires time from you. You've got to treat this like a business. You know, we talk about Eric Worre, go pro. You've got to be a professional. So I don't even, here's what I love about this as well. I don't even have to be the point person to do the trainings because David's done all the trainings already. Everything's already done. I don't have to have a Saturday night training to go over all of this. Watch the videos. In fact, he put together a page that has 3 videos on beginners getting started that takes you through what to do step by step. All you have to do is plug in. Now, we've already created some capture page and landing page for our business for Sherlock Nation. And as David said, we have a share code. So if you get started, you know, let me know, and we'll get you the share code. When you follow the training videos, it will tell you what to do with your share code and get your website active. Now, here's something else that I love about this. David talked about the corporate websites, and there's no, you know, everybody's using the same exact thing. So even though we've created one for our company, you can still be unique and go in there and edit it. If you don't like the background, you want to use a different background, you want to set yourself apart a little bit, you want to change the wording a little bit, you want to swap out a video and put in a different video, you have the power to do so. Or if you don't want to be bothered with any of that, just duplicate exactly what it is that I'm using, then you can do that as well. So I'm loving the system, what we have so far, and I didn't want to keep you guys late tonight. We're already 33 minutes on a Valentine's Day. So I think I heard somebody. Somebody have a question?
Yes, I do. This is Joy from Riverside.
Go ahead, Joy.
Thank you. He mentioned that it's only $1 for 7 days to try out the application. However, the $50 bringing in 2 people, is that bringing in 2 people or referring to people every month to get the $50 waived?
I'll explain that. It's once you have 2 people, so here's how it works. We pay once a week. So anything that you bring in up until 11:59 p.m. on Friday, we pay out the next Friday at that specific time. So if you got $1 trial this week, the following Friday we'd pay you 50 cents. The next week when they pay $50, the following Friday we'd pay you 25 of it. Now, we do that as long as they stay active, you make that every single month. So you could have 2 people, as long as those 2 people are active, every month you'd be spending 50, but you'd be making 50. So it's at 100% wash. You know, if you went out and got 4 people that were paying, you'd be up $50 a month because it's monthly residual. So no, you do not have to go find more people every month as long as those other people stay active. We have a very high percentage of people that stay active as well because the system is just so great.
Yes, I understand. It's a wonderful product. I agree totally. I'm sure you won't have any problems with that whatsoever. I just want to be able to be clear about it so as I begin to offer it for other people I know in the MLM industry, they'll be hyped to try it out too. So actually, as long as there's 2 active people.
Yep.
Okay.
As long as you have 2 active, yep, you make $25 on each every single month.
All right, is that all, Joy?
Yeah.
All right, I know Marcus Harris has a question, and he cannot unmute himself, so let me unmute more lines and see if we can get Marcus. All right, Marcus, are you there? I'll try that one more time. All the lines are unmuted, so Marcus, are you there?
Yes, Brandon, this is Marcus. All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Great, thank you. My question is, and I've signed up for the trial already, and I love it. URLs for the landing pages. Is there a way to? Is there a video I couldn't find for one to shorten that AOL to actually get like say I have a WordPress URL already, a domain name in my name. So I want to get to that, as well as I didn't see where you can import. I'm already in a program like an Aweber or a Lead Outcome. I want to get those leads and put them into this system. Is there a way to do that as well?
Right now, as far as the domain name goes, you could forward a domain name anywhere you want, usually. Like you could go to GoDaddy or wherever you bought it from and just forward it, so that's not really an issue. Because we give you subdomains in the system, so yourname.theconversionpros.com/page name. So you could forward, a URL over if you want to. As far
but there's no way to actually use the WordPress to, import it where it's no, because I lose SEO if I forward it, if I'm correct. I want to actually make it.
Well, capture pages aren't really good for SEO anyway. We're not really basing this on SEO because capture pages don't have enough information to be good at SEO, like a blog. Okay.
All right.
So that's where it differs. But that being said, the other factor, no, we do not allow imports of emails. The reason for that is a lot of people have a lot of bad names on their list that bounce and do not get delivered or get complaints. And then what that does is that really nails our server. And then our mail delivery rate would not be good. And we're very, very stern on our mail delivery rates because we want it to be awesome. So here's what you can do. Build a capture page on our system and email it through your Aweber or get response to all your people on those lists. Have them opt into your new page, and then those names and emails will be inside the Conversion Pros. Okay. You can do that.
All right.
Okay. I'll give you an example of that, guys.
I go over 1,000 of them, but okay.
I'll give you an example of that, guys. I have my meeting system that I use when all new people join our team. I have them register on the CEOsunlimited.info site so that you can get my daily emails. I have thousands of names there. So if you've noticed over the last couple of days, I've been putting the capture page image on there for our team, stating in the future I'm going to be sending messages through text messaging and also through this system, through the Conversion Pros. So make sure you opt in. So I'm just basically transferring the list from one side to the other, but with people who want to. Instead of me just taking the entire list of people, there's a lot of them that are no longer even visible or doing anything in their bad emails. I'm only transferring the ones who want to for the time being, and then building my list from there.
All right, thank you.
Any other?
Guys.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
Yes, Brandon. This is Darren. How are you?
Hey, Darren, go right ahead.
Hi, David. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Good. Hey, David, I had a question. I posed a little bit to Brandon last night, and I wasn't clear on it, but I do a lot of marketing on, like, LinkedIn, and I have quite a few names that are people. They haven't opted into my business, but I have their phone numbers and email. How would that work for a program like this?
Well, you really can't import them because that's you really can't do that on any program because that'd be considered like spam to force an opt-in. What I would do though is I'd start posting a capture page on LinkedIn, on your actual LinkedIn page and have people start opting in. Or what you could do is you could email those people, through a regular email service like Gmail, and just to remind them how you know them. Hey, it's so-and-so from LinkedIn. We've been friends. I got something I'd like you to take a look at, and then send them a link, and then let them opt in. And now you've got a legal opt-in that's actually opted in that you can email and call and text and whatnot.
Awesome.
Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because if you go ahead and try to force people into your system, there's a lot of problems with that. It's kind of like you wouldn't want anybody forcing you on a list because you wouldn't pay attention to it anyway. And that's the thing all about, and the thing about that is this is all about conversions. Either you're going to find the right people or you're not going to find the right people. So the more you work, the more the funnel system's going to weed out the who's that don't want to and the who's that do want to. And that's really the power of the system. Anytime somebody opts out, I love it. And it's because you just saved me a ton of time because I don't have any time to waste. You see what I mean? So, And that's just the way you should do your business too. You know, who's going to, you know, chase you is who's chasing you. And if no one else is yet, who cares, right?
Right.
Because you'd have to convince them anyway.
All right, good deal. Any other questions?
I have a question, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
And would this interfere with Shopping Sherlock as far as the advertising on LinkedIn and Facebook?
I'm not sure your question. Say that one more time, Stevie.
Would it interfere with Shopping Sherlock? Say, for instance, now we're advertising Shopping Sherlock and we're advertising this?
No, see, we're not advertising this. We're using this to build our business for Sherlock Nation. So that's what I was saying.
Together.
Exactly. This is the tool to build our business. So it's not you're going out there, you're advertising this. You're using the tools that this is offering to build your business. So we built Sherlock capture pages to use, and now you're going to have a training system on how to drive traffic to your capture page to build your business. So this is not a competition.
Kind of like
Chuck
with the schooling.
Exactly. Chuck has his, Rod Doctor has his, Fraser Brooks has it, Your Mobile Income, Sherlock Global Academy. There's many different funnel systems that people are using. This is just another one. This is for me that I find exactly, and this is offering more than all the rest. Go ahead.
Hey, Brandon, I'll explain it like this, Brandon. It's kind of like this. I don't know if any of you are into working out. You know, I used to bodybuild, and it's kind of like you all can go to the gym and work out really hard. You can get on the treadmill. You can lift, heavy weights. You can even eat right. And you're going to get so far so fast. But if you were to take the right supplements with the working out, your results are going to come even quicker because now you're putting the things in your body in order to enhance what you're doing. So you can go out there and market any business hard. But do you want to do it the slow way or the faster way? You know, do you want to have a shortcut to success by having more people chase you, by being able to capture more people, to put your business – you know, there's an old saying, you don't want to take a knife to a gunfight. And see, a lot of these other companies, you know, let's say you take a prospect and he's looking at 2 or 3 different businesses. Well, when a prospect sees a really cool tool and that tool sells him, they're like, wow, that tool is really good. It sold me. They realize that if they put that tool in front of other people, it's going to sell them too. So they want to be in business with the people that have the cool tools because they realize it's going to help them have success. And in this industry, people are desperately seeking success. And so, yes, it's going to help you build your Sherlock business to new levels because you're able to give them tools. And the thing is these tools can take an average newbie. I can't tell you how many times everybody's like, wow, you guys are top earners. I'm sure Brandon hears this all the time. You know, one time in my life, I was so broke, I was living out of my car on 25-cent burritos. I was busted. I wasn't a 7-figure earner. You know, I was in 15 different deals and failed. But when I started having success, what I learned was how to do lead generation and have people chase me. I never ran out of people to talk to, and that's how I became a success. And that's basically the tools and system you're going to get. So it could take any newbie and help them put on the leaderboard. You know, it's helping a lot of people, a lot of clients, especially with our leads. I mean, when you got leads, if you order some leads and these people are saying, show me a home-based business, and they're hungry and they're looking to join something, and you contact them about your business, how much more success are you going to have talking to somebody that's interested in joining a home-based business versus sitting down in a Panera Bread talking to the guy at the next table trying to convince him to join your business who's not even interested? You see the difference?
Yep, they all look like professionals now.
Exactly.
You hit the nail on the head there. We all look like professionals. And I want to add this as well because I talk about duplication. One thing that I also learned is that the people on our team aren't able to do things and close people the way I do it. So now, through this system, I'm able to kind of take that out of your hands. And if you follow our step 1, step 2, step 3, because there's 3 capture pages we created here, 1 capture page, 1 landing page, and a close page. The capture page is basically it's like the getting you excited. What is this? Your curiosity. Opt in. Tell me more about what's going on. Then you have the landing page that has another Sherlock video giving you a little bit more information. Click here for more information. This is where most people in most funnel systems fail because they get the lead. They don't know what to say when they call them. They don't know how to respond when those people call them back, and they lose the person. So at this point, we've added a step 3, the close page. So on the close page, the person is going to see a video by me, basically closing them into the business and also giving a Sherlock presentation. So by the time your prospect has gone through the automated process, they're either ready to sign up, because I'm the one asking them to pull out their credit card. Some of you are afraid to ask for the money. I'm telling them to pull out their credit card and why they need to do it right now, sense of urgency. They're going to lose out if they don't, and they're ready to either sign up in the business or call you up to give you some more questions, and at that point you will do the 3-way call. So the training that I will do will be to show you what to do after the step 2 and step 3 process. Now I'm able to duplicate myself because I don't have to worry about, are you guys saying the right thing to your prospects, because they're going through the system where I'm telling them exactly what's taking place. So sometimes when you want something done, you know, you kind of got to take charge of that, and that's one thing I love about the system it allows us to do, so that every single one of you is going to get the same information through your prospects and not the trickle-down method, and I'm making sure that you guys are saying the right things. So it's going to be beneficial for all of us. So we're running out of time now. So one last question. Anybody have any last questions to share?
Brandon?
Yeah, make sure we get started.
Yes. Who was that said, hey, Brandon?
Brandon, this is Karen.
Hey, Karen, go right ahead.
I'm wondering, when people go through the different steps, step 2 and step 3, or if they're opening your emails that are going back out to them through your autoresponders, is there anything that lets us know that they're doing that?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, David.
Yes, we actually track. You'll actually see how many emails are being sent out and how many emails are being opened. Actually, you could actually even have a link inside that will actually track even if they click your link or not. So we do full tracking inside. You know, a lot of that's going to be how good the emails are, you know, how good the headlines are and what they say. And you could also do broadcast emails as well. So not only do you have an autoresponder, let's say you have 10 or 12 messages that are set up to go out automatically. And then Brandon is having a call like tonight. And let's say you got 50 or 100 people that you built a list on already. Well, we have an email broadcaster that allows you to send an email out to all those people instantly. So you could say, find out more information tonight at 9 o'clock tonight. And then you could write in your email, hey, we're having a call. Here's the number. Here's the code. Get on this call to get your questions answered. And you could hit a button and immediately send that email out to all people at once. So let's say you could have done that this morning to have all these people on the call tonight. So not only do we have an autoresponder built in, but we also have an email broadcaster that allows you to reach these people at all the time. Not to mention our contact manager is very robust too. So once you have a name and email in there, you can actually click on the contacts, and there's a section for notes. So if you're calling leads on the phone, let's say I got Joe Blow and I called him on the phone and I got his voicemail. Well, I could say, okay, on 2/14 at 3:30 p.m., I got his voicemail and I can hit save. So if I go back into my contact manager a few days later and I want to start calling leads, when I pull up his name, I can remember that I tried to call him and I got his voicemail. Or maybe I'd make a note that said, hey, not interested, or hey, he's joining Friday, or his kid's name is Joey. So next time I call, hey, how's Joey doing? I could put those in my notes, and, that's going to make me stronger when I call and follow up because I remember what I did. See, it's like a business. If you're working a business, I used to do mortgages years and years ago, over 14 years ago. I'd call people about mortgages. Well, that was a grind, but I'd have to have notes. I'd have to keep myself organized, what I talked about and what this and that. A lot of people in this industry, they just throw it against the wall and they treat it so much like a hobby because it doesn't cost that much money to join companies, and they don't treat it like a business. Well, with Conversion Pros, we allow you to treat it like a business, allow you to make notes, so when you call that person back, you can have a record of what you talked about. So when you're following up, you have a lot stronger follow-up. So not only do you email broadcasts, but we have a very robust contact manager to keep you, to make you a pro at following up with people. Hope that helps.
David, thank you. It did. Can you also categorize people like affiliates and prospects so that emails could be sorted?
How you would do that is you'd set up two separate capture pages and attach a separate capture page to each place. So let's say you named one autoresponder prospects, and then let's say you named another autoresponder sales. Let me just give you an example here. Let's say I'm in a fat loss company, and I have some pages out there about making money with our fat loss products. So everybody that's coming on that list, they're getting autoresponder messages about the comp plan and the car program and the trips and all the stuff that I want to get them turned on so they join the business. Now, if I had another page, maybe it would just be weight loss, and it talked only about the product and said, hey, listen, you could lose a lot of weight. So when they got on that list, I wouldn't be sending out anything about the business. I might be sending before and after pictures or testimonials or this ingredient does this or that. And that's the only email series that would get. So you would actually have them separated. I call it buckets. You have one bucket for prospects, one bucket for sales. What's also cool is I always make another bucket for team. So if you're building your team over there, you could have your team, as soon as they sign up with you, say, hey, listen, get on our team update list, have them fill out a form, and then anytime you guys are doing a call, a webinar, a new product is launched, you could just get on your email broadcaster and send it out. Hey, team, make sure you get everybody on tonight's call, and then you got a team list. And what's even funny is, let's say the system is so robust, you get unlimited pages, unlimited autoresponders. Let's say you have a church group, and you do stuff at church. Well, you might want to build a page for the church group and then have an autoresponder that only talks about and broadcasts things about your church. That has nothing to do with your business. But that's what's so cool about the Conversion Pros is you get unlimited websites, unlimited mailing lists, and they're all separate. So none of it's going to bleed together. Pretty cool, right?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I want to say this, and then we're going to go ahead and close. This system also adds more value to our business, because now when you have a new person that's ready to sign up and join, you can also tell them not only are they joining a great business and a company, but they're also going to have the tools necessary to help them build their business beyond just their warm market. That's going to train them how to become a professional. So this is going to set you apart from other people, even in the business, who may not be using the tool, and it's setting you up as an expert that's going to help a person go from beginner to end. I'm using the system right now because I want to hit Black Diamond this year, and this system is going to make that happen. But also at the same time, it's adding more value to the strength of our team, the strength of our system, the strength of building a capture page system and the training that's going to teach people how to build their business. And for those of you who have not signed up with this yet, what you want to do is first and foremost contact your sponsor and find out if they've already done so. If they have not and they have no interest, then you can contact me and I'll give you the link to go ahead and sign up with the Conversion Pros and get started that way. So make sure you contact your sponsor. Let them know. We've given everybody the opportunity. I've been talking about this now for almost 2 weeks, and I am not playing. I'm going to do this with or without you. That means if we put together another 5,000 people on our business, that's going to happen. And we want to take all of you along for the ride as well. So first and foremost, thank you, Mr. Debs, for taking time out of your schedule. We had 45 minutes with him. Do you know how much that can be charged out there in the open market for information like this? You guys got that for free, and we'll have David back in a couple of weeks.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, on Valentine's Day, right? I'm missing the All-Star game right now as well. But we're going to have David back. He's making a lot of updates and things to what the Conversion Pros can do, and we're going to be able to have him to help us and answer questions for you guys. So I wanted to make sure you guys knew you have access to the owner and creator of the company, not just some customer service rep who doesn't know who you are or what you're doing. In fact, he's the one who designed the capture pages for Sherlock Nation for us. So you have a professional that did it. Well, you're not going to leave it up to me. I don't know anything about the stuff. So we have the owner and creator of it that's done it for us. So it's a great value add. I encourage you guys, to those of you who want to be a professional, to start acting like a professional when it comes to building your business. So thank you, David. Is there any last thing you want to share? We'll go ahead and dismiss.
I think I pretty much covered everything, so we're good to go. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. I'd be more than happy to talk to anybody for you.
Well, that's also, we didn't bring up the fact that you also have a support group on Facebook for all members in the Conversion Pros that they're going to get information from other members who's using it, updates from you, and it's something's always going on there